We track storms to alert you first. This is KIMT Storm Team 3, weather coverage you can count on.
Welcome back and happy Sunday. And what a beautiful Sunday it was. A bunch of sunshine, not too cold.
No.
But I know that sunshine's not going to last forever.
Yeah, once it started to set, the clouds slowly began to move back in. I know it's difficult to see here in the live over Highway 52 in Rochester, but there are clouds. Now, looking to the north, as this camera is pointed, we'll probably see less of the clouds. If it were daylight, we could easily see that a little better on the horizon. But these clouds have built back in here through the overnight as temperatures have actually begun to warm up. Places like Rochester now sitting at 33 degrees. At the very beginnings of this newscast, it was sitting at 32, and it changed almost immediately as we hit the hour. 36 in Austin, Albert Lee, 39 in Charles City. So these temperatures, as mentioned, are actually set to continue rising for the most part here over the course of the next several hours and staying relatively steady as we officially hit into the early morning on Monday. A lot of this is because of some moisture coming in, the warm sector of a system that is set to bring us right there, some rainfall. And yes, there is that possibility that some of us could see a few flakes before the system ultimately moves on out. But generally, a lot of us will be staying above that freezing point, a little bit on the warmer side as temps reach around 38 degrees. All right, so that's where we're going when it comes to the heat. Now, as for satellite and radar, let's take a peek. What's going on right now? I mentioned those clouds continuing to build. A little less of the cloud cover further to the north, more broken apart. But if you can see it here right at the corner of your screen there's some green on the map. That is the very top of this pretty powerful system that continues to move through. Quite a bit of lightning to be seen around Omaha and moving into Iowa. Now this is coming in from the southwest. There are some reds, some oranges and yellows in there indicating that yes, some moderate to even heavy rainfall is on the way. And it's coming our way too. Now we're on the cooler side here, not expecting anything when it comes to severe weather, but the potential for some pretty soaking rainfall, that's definitely there. Here we are around 3 a.m., pretty widespread across the area, but you can see at this point in time, North Iowa taking some oranges, some yellows, maybe a flash of lightning, maybe a rumble of thunder. Generally, though, this will just stick to a rainy event as we go later into the morning. This is around 5 a.m., starting to make its way north of the border, right around I-90 and further there. Now, the system slowly rolls out by 9 a.m. Some of us could even be on the drier side, but as I mentioned, there's that possibility for the cooler sector to pop in real quick to bring us maybe a flake or two as we enter into the afternoon. Now, as the system heads out, the winds start to come in from the northwest, and yes, things will be getting a little cooler. We just won't be going super cold. Now, as for when we can expect the arrival of the rainfall, just a nice colorful way of looking at it. Places like Rochester, anywhere between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. Mason City, 11 p.m. to midnight. Now, when it comes to excessive rainfall, this is important to look at. You can see it is just south of I-90 here for our counties. There is a low chance for some street flooding, a marginal risk there, and it makes sense when you see numbers like Charles City reaching over an inch of rainfall, New Hampton almost at an inch and a half, Decorah even closer to that inch and a half mark, Preston at an inch. So this is something that we're going to be watching closely because we have a lot of snow on the ground. The ground is still frozen and there's some excess runoff that could be possible. So we're looking for minor flooding possibilities on our Monday. After that, though, once the system moves out, Tuesday is actually looking to be a very pleasant day before Wednesday welcomes back a chance for some snowfall. Then our temperatures drop and recover quite nicely once again as we enter into the weekend.
Perfect. Kind of a roller coaster this week.
Once again, yeah, we're starting to enter into that transitional time between February, March, maybe spring getting a little closer.
I know. I'm fingers crossed.
Fingers
that
crossed.
Spring cannot come fast enough.
Yeah, no more big snowstorms, please.
Well done. Thanks, Sarah.
Of course.